Hello and welcome in, guys. I see we have some new names in the chat, and you guys have been making them welcome. And I just noticed my thing didn't work again. There we go. Now we have all the effects and things again. Yes, welcome in, everybody. So I am Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner, in case you don't know me. And if you are new in the chat, go ahead. I know you probably said it already, but go ahead to tell us where you're watching from. Okay, you guys that are here all the time, you can do that too. Just saying. But tell us where you're watching from and how you found us. We'd love to know all of the things. I am going to scroll back up the chat and see if I can catch all the things. I have the Todd in the house. He's not back there right now. That's his computer. But do I have Goog on? I'm going to look back at the chat. I have to read all the things. So we have Miss Jen was first in. Yay. Miss Kathy Berger, welcome to the fan club. Thank you for joining one of my memberships. As a reminder, everybody who is a member on my channel, regardless of the tier, you guys get to come and participate in our Tuesday night members only pre-show that comes up at 4:30. Yes, the Todd foot alert. Todd's feet are not back there right now. He's in another room. Okay. Hello, Miss Maureen. Welcome in. Jen said, don't forget to smash the like, give us a thumbs up. And if you have any crafty friends out there that are not in the chat with us, go ahead and share. Thank you, Ryan. I was not expecting a splash within like the first, let's see, it says I've been live for 6 minutes, but like a few of that, I think like 5 of it was not actually on live yet. Anyhow, thank you. Tara says, howdy crafty. So I was going to say, share this out to get your crafty friends in here with us. Tara is in here from Greenville, and I just disappeared. I'm still scrolling. I got like multiple versions of the chat up. So I see the first thing, like Miss Ilka just popped in, but I'm also scrolling through another one. It is so cool to be able to do those kind of things. Anyway, Tara has a good question. Do we know what we're going to make today? Well, I'm going to make a card, and I'm playing with foil today. I've already got my foil press turned on and heating up twice because the glimmer of the month is big, so we're going to have to heat it twice to make sure that it gets nice and hot. Tara said that she saw the adorable bookmark yesterday. Well,
we interrupt our program to bring you this important message. I love you. Now back to our show.
Love you too, Jen. Okay, so this is the bookmark we made yesterday using Catherine Pooler's new collection that comes out on the 15th. So it's pretty on the front. This is one of the pattern papers, but there's a pocket and you have a thing.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important
Thank
message.
you, Ryan.
I love you. Now back to our show.
They keep interrupting me. I mean, goodness. But then you can put a little checklist in there. So the checklist says my TBR list, and you can write down all your things. And then one of the other stamps that is in there that I'm absolutely in love with it. I know, so rude, right? I love your writing. Anyway, you can put a hand stamped by on the back. And of course, after the stream, because I had not played with this yet, and it's like, this is completely different than the stuff I usually do, and I'm going to do more stuff with it. Go into the pocket. There we go. So this is going out, I believe this one is going out to, I forgot. This one is going out to one of the viewers from yesterday. I went ahead and made another one. This time I used some of the old Halloween paper I've got in my stash. So here's the front of it. And then on the back, it again says my TBR list, and it's basically plain. So I just used the same pattern paper for the other side. Now, the hearts, there are little hearts on here that are facing one way, and this other piece is facing a different, but that's okay. Lowe's are welcome in. I am seeing names that I have not seen in here before. And looks like one thing I did on this one different than the other one is I did not use liquid glue in there. Instead, I used double-sided adhesive, and it's already popping off. Just showing you guys, because what do I say? Try to use both because it's going to hold it better. So now I have to fix this one. So that's what I did yesterday afternoon. Well, that's not all. Let me go ahead and put some glue down, and so that hopefully this will stick like it's supposed to. So I'm doing one side, and then I'll go ahead and do both. I do have some clips. Because of course, if one side, and it may not happen to you, just letting you know, I live in Florida. Most of you guys know it is humid here in Florida. So there are some things that happen with my cardstock that may not happen with yours. Give me a clip. That may not happen with yours, and there's some things that happen with yours that may not happen with mine. Here's the Todd. The Todd is here, and he's having his lunch. I have not been eating very much lately, which is kind of a good thing. I discovered, yeah, I have actually dropped, since I had that stomach issue, like right before I went and hung out with Ashley for the artistry thing. Ever since then, I've been eating very little, mostly because that day I didn't eat at all that Saturday when I went to that show with her, and I was fine. I probably didn't drink enough water, and I started dropping weight. I decided, okay, I'm going to listen to my body for a change, and I'm not going to eat unless I'm hungry. So I had a banana this morning, and I think I've dropped over 5 pounds over the last couple of weeks, which is not too bad. I'm trying to keep it up. If it keeps going, I'll be happy. Anyway, those are the cards those are the, where did I put my other thing? Oh, I love that stamp for the sentiment on the back, okay? I mean, for the hand stamp by you. So I went ahead and made some more. Let me grab these. So here's one on cardstock, right? And I did a little experimenting, okay? I decided, let's see what it looks like stamped onto the sticker paper that I've got. This is just plain sticker paper. And it looks okay, right? It looks okay. But I've also got archival ink, and I really haven't used it. So I went ahead and stamped it with archival, and that's upside down. And it works so much better than plain dye ink on my sticker paper. This is clearer, if I can get it to focus, than this. This is where it bleeds just a little bit, okay? I also went ahead and used my scan and cut. Yeah, I stamped a bunch of them. And I went ahead and used my scan and cut to basically cut them out for me. So I have a bunch of them to go on all those cards that are black, because I plan on still stamping on the back of the other ones, but these are all going to go on the black. Okay, so I now have to scroll back up because, of course, I lost where I was, I think. Or not. Okay, I might be about where it is. Okay. Maureen said, welcome, Pam, to the Nut House. Good to have you. And it looks like some of it is missing from there. I don't know why. That is really weird. Yeah, I know. And it's a new one from Catherine Pooler. So the stamp that I use for this and everything for the bookmarks and stuff, all of that stuff comes out on the 15th. I will be sharing more about those because, yeah, I have pattern paper. Pattern paper is going to be really easy to do this, but you don't have to do it with pattern paper. Okay, that just slides right in. Go in there. It's being difficult. Okay, so I have a TBR list there, and I've got kind of a gothic-y looking one and this pretty one here. And because I use 12 by 12 paper, it fit better. This one was with the 6 by 6, but the die is actually 6.5 going all the way to the end. So I basically use the die to do some partial die cutting and make it a little bit smaller for one of them. So this one's going out to someone. I'll probably send this one to somebody too. I don't know. It might be a birthday present or Christmas present or something. I don't know. Anyhow. Okay, my glimmer system is probably about heated up enough. Let me move these out of the way so I don't lose them. And yes, they're back in a drawer so that I hopefully don't lose them. Okay. So Chris said, does that mean you have some adhesive stuck to one of your plates? So what kind of adhesive are we talking about? Because it looks like I missed the rest of that conversation. If we're talking about just liquid glue that's stuck, usually water and a scraper tool will take care of that. But if you're talking about the like a tape runner kind of adhesive, a lot of times you can just rub it off. Alcohol cleans almost everything that I've got. Yep, the black part. I don't really know what that means. The black part of the adhesive sheet. I really don't know what that means. I want you to share a picture over in the Discord and let me take a look, because I'm sure that one of us will be able to help you figure something out. I do have undo, and that works great for making it so things come apart and you can get something off of something. But the adhesive does wind up, when it dries, it gets sticky again, which is kind of cool because that works really good with our cards. Pam McDonald is from Eminence, Kentucky, little bitty place. So welcome in. I'm going to hit the welcome button again. Okay, so Maureen says, Chris, it happens. I'll have lots of foil covered dies. So, are we talking about foil or are we talking about adhesive? Hello, sweetheart. How are you doing, honey? Tara's in Greenville, Missouri. I think I'm starting to catch up. Tara thinks something was hilarious because, of course, that was probably Country Guy being Country Guy. Ruth says hello to everyone. Charity! Yes! Okay, guys. Okay, I have talked about this and haven't done it on stream yet, but DaVinci is incredible. I told y'all about it when I went to Creativation the last couple of years. This is an app on your phone that basically makes it so you can trace pretty much any image. You can draw it. And she is an expert at that. She does a lot of videos. I'm going to see if I can let me get did I not pull that up? Next time you say something, I am going to make sure to give you a shout out because I have a button for that, but I didn't have the right thing up to do the button. So I'm sorry about that. It will pop up the next time though. But yeah, Charity is, she is incredible. I've seen some of the stuff that she's done and it's really cool. You can do very detailed drawings using your phone. And yeah, it's just incredible. I need to do some. And what I've been trying to do is, that's one of the things, many of you guys have been here a while, know that I am steadily trying to work forward and get more things done, right? So I'm trying to do that. And one of the reasons I want to do that is I want to do some DaVinci stuff on the midday streams. I want to do some of that. I want to practice. The first one I did, Yeah, it's okay. The second one I did was so much better. And I may have that picture around here. I never did finish, but I got some of it. Okay, Tara says that he's talking about adhesive sheets and some is stuck on his cutting plates. Okay. I'm assuming you're talking about the big, I think I actually have some adhesive sheets like the scrapbook.com adhesive. That is a double-sided adhesive on there. Alcohol may help if it's like just little splotches, but undo probably would work better. Undo or somebody said Goo Gone. There are different things. Alcohol does really good on cleaning almost everything, so I have a little bottle that needs to be refilled. I have that sitting on my desk all the time. Alrighty. But yeah, y'all have to check out Charity. Ruth did the Todd thingy. Yeah, you probably missed it. They did the Todd alert, Todd. Hello, Miss Alyssa. Welcome in. Tara says, that's really cute too, Debbie. I do usually use liquid glue because they have we have high humidity too, and tape won't stick for long. I have had cards that I've gone back to look at that I haven't sent out to anybody, and it's like, well, you know what? I can't actually do that. I have to remake this thing because the adhesive does not work anymore because I used to use this stuff all the time. It just really depends on what you're wanting to do. Yes, it did. It popped up a while ago, honey. He just wasn't in here. Do I need to push the button for that? I even said something at the time. Okay, ASMR says looks good. The stamp is beautiful. I'm getting caught up. Yay. I'm caught up. Yay. I'm caught up. I'm caught up on the chat. Yay. So the glimmer of the month is lovely. It's got hearts and snow and stars. So pretty. And the foil that we got this time is called polished brass. I probably have, yes, I'm going to go ahead and use one I already have that's opened. This one is old. It's like the packaging doesn't even look the same. So it's one of my older ones. I'm going to go ahead and use that since it's already open. And I think I saw earlier before I wound up trying to go back through the chat and lost parts of it. I think there were some folks that were talking about, they were at the summit this last week, which was a SVG summit. Ruth thought I said polished grass. No, honey, I did not say polished grass. How do you polish grass? Well, I could ask my plant guy and see if he knows how to honey, do you know how to polish grass? He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Wait a minute. He always looks at me like I'm crazy because I am. Okay. I think I'm going to do the first one on red, mostly because it's out over here. I do have other colors and stuff, and I like red and gold anyway. There's different things you can use to trim your foil down with. I do have the quick cutter, but I've actually been getting better at cutting it without it going all over the place with my scissors, so I've been using that more. Didn't put hearts all over the place. Thank you, honey. I'm hoping that we're going to get a raid today. That would be fun because I changed the audio. It's like I spent, I know, at least 20, 30, 40 stars all over the place. I spent a while yesterday searching to figure out why does it come up with that music that I don't want because it is copyright. Yeah, every time that we've been getting a raid in over on Twitch because it has that song Simply the Best pop up, which was part of how it was supposed to, yeah, anyway. But because of that, YouTube would tag it and basically knock out the music. It's either I erase the segment, I erase the music, or I delete the video. And what am I gonna do? I'm gonna mute the music. Okay, so this has been on there twice. We're gonna put our thin shim, and we're gonna put our spacer pad. And this is already ready to go. You can probably see, there we go. You can see the green button. We're just going to hit the timer and we're going to heat that up. Add quote, he, Todd, always looks at me like I'm crazy, 'cause I am. Ruth, sometimes I wonder if you love me or you hate me. Did you hear what she said, honey? Oh, Maureen. Okay, so when I said liquid brass, Ruth thought I said liquid grass. No, I'm polished grass. And Maureen said, take the GR off, and that's what she heard. He laughed, Maureen. I'm incorrigible. Y'all are incorrigible. Did somebody look up a definition for the word incorrigible? So right now I'm just waiting for this timer to finish flashing and turn green, and then we're going to run it through here. Yeah, it's been a while since I did a foiling frenzy. I don't think I'm going to do that today. Ooh, we're ready. But I love foil. I haven't used it in a bit. What? Okay, I'm going to give Todd the headset, and he can tell y'all what incorrigible means.
Incorrigible. A person or their tendencies which are not able to be corrected, improved, or reformed. Also known as Debbie.
I think he was actually talking about himself. Oh, wait, you said that I cannot be improved upon. He said that's not the spirit of the definition. Dang it. If I can't be improved upon, that means I'm already the best, right? Okay, and Jen is telling Ruth to quote that. Tara says unruly in a good way, and Charity is laughing with, she's got emojis laughing with the tears coming out. Oh goodness. Chris says yes, quote that. Okay, we're gonna take a look at this. So first off, you can see all of the little indentations. That is showing that this actually pressed in, and we have a kitty on the screen. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that lovely? I think that turned out so pretty. I love these fun backgrounds like that. It just adds that little extra. And I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to attempt to do I'm the Bomb. Thank you, Jen. Jen loves me. Yeah. Oh, Jen, I showed Todd the card that you sent. And as I'm opening things, it's like he's looking and it's like, that must have taken a long time. So yes, you did a fabulous job, and he could even see, he's not a card guy, he's just not, but he even could tell that you put a lot of effort into that. So thank you so much, honey. I told him, yeah, it's an ornament, so I get to hang it somewhere. Okay, so we did one. Do I need to do another one? I think I need to do another one in another color. Let's do, I like blue. Well, okay, I like blue and silver for Christmassy things. So here's a piece of blue cardstock. And I have this one that is called Speckled Prism. And I think I want to use it. I know, I love foiling. And it's so easy. There's so many things that are so easy that can be very intimidating. And the reason for the intimidation is not having the right tools. That is it. If you have the right tools. Ruth quoted you, honey. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see what quote number it is. Okay, I don't think it's going to show, but I'm going to. Oh, I just realized that because Charity did the laughing thing, I can give you a shout out now. There you go. So be sure to follow her channel on YouTube. Ruth says, I had to go back and pause in bits because I don't type as fast. Okay, I want to see what number that is. That way you guys know what number it is. I don't know if I want y'all to know what number it is. You know? Quotes. And did it get added? Because that's a lot. Quote number 170. And then 169 is that Todd always looks at me like I'm crazy. So you get two of them. He's like, whatever. Alrighty, we're going to do this again. Oh, one thing to make sure of. You always want to make sure that everything's going to be hot. And what did I do? You see this? I didn't push it in all the way, which means it is not heating anything. Make sure that you put it in all the way. Otherwise, this is not going to get hot. Oh, you probably could see it, but I have something in the way that made my screen look smaller. There we go. Blushing, the 4 trick-treaters. Oh, the trick-or-treaters are removable. I saw that they move, but I didn't know you could take them off. But yeah, so we're going to wait again for the platform ready button to do. So that says it's hot. Then I'm going to reheat it again. This is Todd's second quote. I did one a while ago too. I was just telling him the most recent numbers. Not that he cares. He's like, whatever. I know this one is very, very pretty. The speckled aura almost looks like glitter. And it is so lovely. And I think that's going to look really nice on the, it's going to look really nice on the blue. When it comes to ones that have got a texture like that, you do want to make sure that you've got something that's going to have actually a little bit of space on there. A fine line is not going to do it justice because you're not going to be able to tell anything about that texture, right? It's like trying to, okay, you get your fine line stamps. They're just going to be the line. It's not going to be any kind of texture on them. But then you've got your solid stamps that are going to do more. This one's kind of in the middle, so that means that the stars and the hearts are going to have some texture where the snow probably is not. Okay, so this now says platform ready. I'm going to turn it off and turn it on again. And the only reason I do that is because this thing is a huge plate. Little plates like most of your plates aren't going to need this. The big cover plates, I always try to do twice because I want to make sure I get a really good foiling. I'm not willing to take the chance on using that much foil. I'm not willing to take the chance that it's not going to foil well and I'm going to get kind of a splotchy, distressed look on those little, I mean, it would look cool, but you could get little splotchiness if it's not hot enough. Because what is it that transfers the foil onto your cardstock? The back of the foil, like here's just some silver one. Here we've got the shiny side, we've got the matte side, and the matte side has an adhesive built in that is activated by... Good question, Tara, but it's activated by heat and pressure. So you need the combination for it to get to work. Tara asked, can I use my Better Press for foiling? No. So let me get out my Better Press and kind of show you the difference between the two. They both go through your die cutting machine the same. The Better Press does not have any heat, so it's not going to work for hot foil. I'm also planning on doing the snowmen in foil too. So I'm going to do a couple panels. I probably only going to make 1 or 2 cards, but I am making a few other things. So these are both metal plates and that says ready. I don't remember if I reset it, so I'm going to reset it again. Okay. Because they're metal plates, they're going to be able to conduct heat to be able to make the heat activated adhesive work. Okay, so that part's going to work. However, this does not have any heat. This is just a cold plate. You can use your Better Press plate in your glimmer system or your hot foil system. You cannot use your glimmer plates in your Better Press. The reason is the profile. So this is thin. The glimmer system tends to be a little thicker, like a little bit wider from the base. So that means it's going to put more pressure on your machine trying to roll through and you could break it or you could damage it. So don't do that. Just use this with your Better Press system, okay? Okay, it says that the platform's ready. I'm going to go ahead and hit the button there. So this is not one that I would be able to do with my Better Press. Now, that saying, you can get a Better Press kind of look using the plate. You're just not going to use this. You're going to do something different. So what I'm wondering, what result was Tara wanting? Because we can see how we can, I'm sure we can make it happen, but I want to see what exactly you're wanting to do. I'm thinking you don't have a hot foil system and you're wanting to see how can you foil without having the hot foil system. Is that kind of the course? Is that what you're wanting to try to do? Because like I said, it depends on your tools as to what you can do easily. Because I've also got things to foil without heat or without a glimmer system, but still using a laminator. There's lots of ways that you can do foil. I even have a foil quill that I haven't used in forever. I'm going to have to bring that out before long. Do I not have that on? I thought I had... Why did those... Oh, I know why. Because I don't have that popped out. That is weird. Okay. So Jen had added some emotes that didn't pop up on the screen. So I'm going to add some emotes just to make it happen. Okay, so that's what she says exactly. So I know I said a lot of things, but what I'm thinking you really want to do is you're wanting to add foil, but you don't have a glimmer system. So you want to find out what options do you have. So we can definitely talk about that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and run this through again because it did heat up twice. And this time it's going to have that pretty glittery prism foil over the blue. And then I'm going to take this guy because I'm taking that plate off. I think I can keep going forever and I don't want to do that because if I do that, I will never get done. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. Now, when you have a hot foil system, it does come with a magnet. Okay, mine has got this. Where is it? I have it in one of these drawers because I don't use it that much anymore. Here we go. Here's the one that comes with my system. And it has a magnet that will lift, and then you press the button to release it. Great. Thing is, these plates are so big, it won't lift them much. Okay, y'all can't see that. Okay, so what I wind up doing is, okay, Jen, I will talk about that again for you. And maybe I'm going to see if I can figure out a way that's going to make it easy to understand. We'll see. So I've got this magnet that I got at the Dollar Tree. This is an automotive one. And it does fine for picking up things like this. And the reason you want to use a magnet is so that you don't burn yourself. Okay, you don't want to burn yourself. Also going to use my little snowmen. We're going to do them, I think, in some gold. So I'm going to go ahead and put them on my glimmer system, kind of where I want it. I added tick marks at one point with a couple of times, but with Sharpie, just so I know where A2 size fits, because I use this for A2 typically. And we're going to go ahead and let that heat up. But let's first look at this guy and see how this one did. Oh, there we go. Such a pretty background. And these are kind of my color combinations that I like. I like red with gold. I'm gold with red and silver with blue. And those turned out so pretty. And I'm going to keep these because you can use the waste. Okay. There are ways to do that. And I saw where Ruth says the glimmer is copper and the better press is gray. Absolutely. When it comes to which plate is what, Spellbinder's plates for glimmer are always going to be this coppery color. Okay, same thing with their dyes. Their dyes are copper, so when you see a coppery color dye, you can be pretty sure that it's probably going to be Spellbinders. Many of them use just plain silver. There are some that are specially colored, like Catherine Pooler's are blue, usually blue. I just noticed that the ones that I just got aren't blue. They might be sample ones. I'm not sure, but a lot of times hers are going to be blue. And who does pink? Pretty Pink Posh probably does pink, but many of them do that. Okay, the big question is, what can you use where, though? Okay, so now you can see. Well, I think you can actually see this now. This is a better press plate. It's real thin, and I'm looking at it, and it looks like the back part, the flat part, is actually thinner than the glimmer, and that's probably where. Hey, Tamara. Okay, so Ruth says they are Gryffindor gold and red, Ravenclaw blue and bronze. The silver is better though. Okay, that's cool. Welcome in, Nancy. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and apologize, Nancy. It was because in my system when in OBS, because I changed things, I used to do everything through Restream and I stopped because we weren't getting when my internet changed, I noticed that there were still issues with the stream. So there is a button on my OBS that says to select the broadcast and start streaming. And then there's a button that just says select broadcast, and I accidentally hit the wrong button. So it started the stream like an hour ago and I didn't mean to, and I stopped it immediately, but it did wind up creating a live stream. It wound up using the link that was the live stream. So instead I just started it over, and I'm so glad that everybody is still able to pop in and everything. Hopefully anybody who tries to go to that link is also going to notice that there is another link that says YouTube underneath the video that goes to my lives page that will always take you to the most recent, the current or next up live stream. And this is the same on anybody's YouTube channel if they do lives. If you go to their channel /lives, it'll take you to their lives page. And if they are live, it'll take you to the live that they're on, or it'll take you to the next one so that you are ready to go. But then you probably want to refresh because you know what? It still doesn't, I don't know if it's my Chrome, but it doesn't. There were some last week again where it said that I had like 111 minutes until the live stream, and I already had it up on another browser and it was running. So it's like, I don't know. It doesn't always update. So weird. Y'all are always lucky winner peoples. Okay. Just looking. Okay. Anyway, these are the pretty ones. And again, these are from the Glimmer system. So the Glimmer ones, the Glimmer plates, hot foil plates from any company, you should be able to use with your Glimmer system or your foil press or whatever the machine is. Follow their instructions to know what die cutting machine it works with, because they don't all work together. Like I've got a foil press, and Glimmer foil tends to need higher heat, so I warped it and then I broke it and had to buy a new platform, and really haven't used it but a couple of times since then because I got my Glimmer system. I've had this one for probably 4 years and I have never had an issue. Okay. The thinner plates you can use with foil. You cannot use this one in the better press. Again, it's going to have to do with how it goes through your machine. Idolide, has Idolide been naughty or nice? Looks like she's been naughty. I need to fix that. Hi, Christina. Welcome in, hon. We're going to go ahead and... Oh, no, we're not. You know what I forgot to do? I've got... Yeah, I was about to run this through without anything there. Okay, so... Yeah, Danielle, hasn't Danielle been naughty or nice? Nope. So I was about to run this through, and do you notice anything missing? I didn't put any foil down, and I didn't put any paper down. So I need to decide, what do I want to use? Don't really want to use. I could use rose. Well, let's go back with what we're using. We're going to use some polished brass. Coal Patrol.
Ho, ho, ho.
ASMR has card on display in their house. Who is good? Because I just missed it. Was that Danielle? Of course. Danielle's a sweetheart. Okay, so we're going to do some more of the polished brass. And this time I'm going to do it on purple, because I know some of y'all love purple. So we're going to have our little snowman in purple, because I almost ran this through without any foil or any paper. So one thing I have not mentioned as to how to do this. We've got our plate down. We have no viewing on the screen because Jen and the Coal Patrol is getting more coal. You always want to make sure that your shiny side is facing away from your cardstock. Okay? So if you're doing toner foil, I'm waiting. If you're doing toner foil, you're going to have your image here, and then you want to put this shiny side up, right? If you're... Christina says, yes, Tamara, I've been getting the small die of the month for years. Absolutely. I got so many. I'm organizing things. I am. So we're going to place this. We're always going to have the shiny side facing away from the card. And because this is going on here, we're going to actually flip it over because we also need the foil to touch the plate. So when you're using a glimmer system, you're going to hear people say shiny side down, and that is correct. I just like to say shiny side facing away from your card. Dull side needs to touch your card because that's where the adhesive is. And it doesn't matter if you're using toner foil or if you're using gel or any of the things. It doesn't matter what kind of foiling you're doing. You need to make sure that the shiny side is always facing away from the cardstock. Otherwise, you're not going to see it. Now, if I did it opposite, it's okay. You know what happens if I did it opposite? I would foil my plates and then I'd have to clean them, and you clean them with acetone. So all the extra marks you've seen on my the things. Okay, it's still good. All the extra marks that you can kind of see there that's foil transferred, I can clean that up. All I have to do is just clean it off with some acetone when I get around to it. Okay. Oh no. Ruth has gotten a hold of... Ruth likes to get a hold of the Discord. Yes, she does. Let's see what we've got over there. I have to minimize all these windows that I've got over there and pull up my Discord. Okay. You did that again. Okay, guys, this is her. This is what she does. So she went ahead and she clipped it where the coal is falling, and she basically took a screenshot where the coal was falling, and you can see me talking in the background. Yeah. And then you can see me looking down in the background. I love you. I love all you guys. You guys are so hilarious. We have so much fun. Okay. Okay, this says it's ready to go, so I'm going to take my die cutting machine again. And as much as I move this, I think you guys can tell why I like this one. It's nice and small, and I can move it off my desk really easy. Thank you, Chris. Chris says, we love you, Debbers. Is Ronan in the house? Ronan is the one who gave me that name, by the way. I mean, not just in our streams, but he gave me that name a while back. And I did something that you should not do, and that was roll it backwards, because sometimes that will make it shift, and if you shift it, you're gonna get... Yeah, if it shifts at all, you'll get ghosting, just like with stamps. I think I'm going to do probably one more, and then we can start putting these together into some cards. So, oh, look at that. So this is just to show you, you can use your Better Press plates in your hot foil system. Isn't that cool? I love these little snowmen. They are so cute. Okay. Let's see. We've got red and blue and purple. What color do I want to go with next? I think I'm going to go kind of untraditional. And let's go with yellow. Why not, right? So what color foil do you want on a yellow panel? And you can also do this on just white and then add ink to do whatever you want. I don't know. I lied. I'm not in control of him. He just pops in when he wants to pop in. So there's always a possibility. And for you guys that don't know, in Discord, you're able to do voice chat and video chat. So if you guys want to get together at some point and just do some crafting together, turn on your cameras and you can use the Let's Craft channel that's over in the Discord. That's for you guys to use whenever you want to. But if we go into the voice chat, and I have to remember to do it, because last time he was on, I forgot to do it. But if we are in the voice chat, he can pop in. I do have a couple of things. I do have a waiting room, so I can be in more control of who gets on and make sure they've got good voice and all those things. Because Yes, call the Renter Ronan hotline. Ronan does give good voice. He's basically got that, I don't know, it's almost like a newscaster after hours voice. He's got a fabulous voice. So Jen, ASMR, and Maureen all want purple. Do I have any purple foil? Oh, I do. I don't know if this is going to go good though. Would that go? Okay. Yeah. We don't have a Renter Ronan. He's actually, I don't know if he's actually complaining about that or if he's just amused by everybody wanting to pimp him out. But one thing I think I may wind up doing at some point, if it's something that you guys are interested in, is maybe a kind of an Ask Me Anything kind of a show where y'all could come into the chat and maybe video part to show what you're working on when you have questions about it. So I don't know. So Ruth says, so anyone could do that? Possibly. And I don't know if you didn't notice it, but the last time Ronan was in here, Anne Marit popped in because I was using the general, the one that says Let's Craft, not the live. Okay, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Over here on this side, we've got voice and video channels. Let's Craft is the one that you guys can use anytime. Okay, you just click on it. It's going to add you in. It's going to ask you for your camera and all the things, and you can do all of your settings. And then to get out of it, you just hit the little thing that looks like a phone and disconnect. The one that I mean to be using is the live chat with Debbie, because that one, if you go into the waiting room, I could pull you into it if it's something that we're going to do. Okay, which means we could like maybe do a lot of you guys do direct messaging and stuff over there. So if you wanted to come in, you could try to let me know that way. Thing is, I think I need to do some resetting of my settings there because I don't know. I didn't hear it when he popped into it. I really didn't. So I didn't know he was in there until I think he told me that he was in there. I was in Discord messages and it was by your name and I almost clicked join by accident. You can do that. And if you want to chat with me, that is perfectly fine. If I happen to be in the voice chat, that's fine. It's going to only go by which one it is. So Let's Craft is one that you guys can get into anytime. You can get into the waiting room if you want to. Just Gaming, I don't know if I'm going to leave that one as public or private, but that's would be like if I wanted to like stream games or something on there. I think I would leave it because that would be kind of where y'all could watch on Discord instead of it, kind of like I would be going live in Discord. So it is kind of cool. I've seen where folks have even done, I've seen where people have even, including Ryan, have done like movie night and stuff inside the video chat thing. So there are a lot of things that you can do in there. And I think I'm probably going to add something like that to our memberships. Let's go back to that one. But to our membership site thing. And don't think it's where I'm going to be able to do it within it, but I could schedule them within it for just our members and then have the invitation go to a voice thing over there. And I think that would be fun. I also want to say welcome. I don't know if any of them are in here right now, but welcome to all the new people that have just joined the free membership at Spark. Yeah, I know why it happened, but it's kind of where I wasn't expecting it. I've got it included on my emails when we've got the upcoming events, like what's popping up in here. So when you go to the URL there, so we've got an event on Saturday, which is my Spray Magic online card workshop. We're going to play with sprays and make some fun card backgrounds. We've got the stress-free card making summit coming up on the 17th. And then we've got another summit. This one is going to be, I'm waiting for it, the Holiday Crafts Summit that is actually starting like the day before the stress-free. So we've got 2 summits starting up next week. And we've got the one from Brandy Mahan, the SVG Card Crafter Success Summit coming up soon, and you can get on the wait list for that. All of those links are in that link deli link that I've got down in the description in the chat right now. So if you click on that, it's going to take you to a screen that has all those events. I also went ahead and added Spark and Spark Ignited. So Spark is the free membership. All of you guys can get in that. I need to hit the button if I want it to actually do anything. But Spark is the regular thing. Why does that have a 1 beside it? Oh. Oh, well, that's interesting. If I wanted to, YouTube now has a feature where I could change my live stream that is currently going on to a members only, meaning we could have one live stream that goes from regular to members only get to hang out afterwards. That's kind of cool, and I wouldn't have to change streams, so that's funny. Yes, we got a lot of folks that wound up joining the free membership. Now, if you want to know what Spark Ignited is, that's where I'm also doing monthly workshops, and it's included in the Ignited cost. So it's a little less than if you were to purchase the individual month's workshop, and you can get the last 12 months worth of workshops all on replay for you to be able to watch when you want to. I'm planning on adding more things in. It's just right now I'm really trying to start getting things organized better and making sure I'm getting a bit done every day on things. Like the last 3 days, I have done organizing of my stamps and dies and better press plates. And I've decided for my new organization system that I'm going to do, because I'm thinking it's going to help me not change my mind again, is it's going to be in 2 parts, 1 part digital, 1 part physical, which makes sense. The physical part is going to be for Spellbinders specifically right now, because I haven't moved on to the other stuff yet. But the Spellbinders ones are going to all be sorted by product type and SKU number. That's the only part that I know is never going to change. Like the snowmen, I could have it under a category of Christmas or winter or snowman or better press, any of those things. And if I tried to organize all my physical things by those specific categories, it's like or by sentiments, there's sentiments in there too. Yeah, it's going to make it so I can't find the things. But if I have a system in place where I've got all of the details, the SKU number, all the things, and a photo of what the whole thing looks like, I could find it on my computer, see what it is, and then go kind of like old school library catalog is what I'm thinking. So this one is the purple one we just did. We're going to do, okay. I have no idea how this is going to turn. This is also not a shiny. This one is kind of a satin finish. So every time I tilt it into the light, it's like it's glowing. Goodness. But here we go. And that is my window. So we have lots of light come. Part of, I think, the reason for the light like that is it's somewhat overcast. So the light is reflecting off of the clouds into my room. So this is what it looks like. Yellow with the purple. And this is what you guys wanted. So we have 4 different panels there. So that's what I've been working on, but I do plan on getting more things done in the in Spark. Speaking of which, I did do a little bit of updating last night. Let me pull that up real quick. And this is mostly for you guys that are interested, okay? So if you're watching the replay and you don't want to see anything about the new membership, you can always fast forward. Jen said, and the answer is no. Jen said, Debbie, can you and Kelly come help me with my mess? No, I have enough of a mess here. That I just remembered something else I wanted to ask the Todd, because I was going to try doing it yesterday. Kelly says, me, Jen? We have a folding table in the garage that I'm saying this out loud to hopefully remember to ask him about it. We have a folding table in the garage that I want to move into my junk room. That's going to help me to be able to sort and things by having more of a, yeah, right now I don't have any counter space available in there at all. I have a desk that is maybe half the size of this desk that I'm using here, and it's covered with things. The space that is usually available is this wide. Like this much square is all that's available there. Okay, so we're going to go into Spark. Let me go ahead and log in real quick. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Visit portal. Let's go to the portal. Y'all didn't need to see the back end. This is what Spark looks like. So under information, I added shop. This is not, wait a minute, why is that not updated? That is not what I told it I wanted it to say. That's the wrong title. It didn't save. Why didn't it save? It's there though, and you've got the sales, and then you've got all of my current affiliate links that I have in there. It's not completed. This is not what I told it to save. It looks like it saved one of the other ones. So anyway, so yeah, here are some of them. Jen keeps on asking me about my Amazon shop. So there's the Amazon link. When you click on that, anything you buy on it during that click, I don't remember what their cookie rule is, but it'll be there. And you were asking me about the felt. So I've got another section here called Fun with Felt, and that's the felt that I was using for, oh, it's not that one. I don't want that one. I want this one. HDV Runt is the one that I want. I'm going to remove the other one. This is the one that I was using to make my little gnomes. Okay. So just so you know. Also, right now, Amazon is having Amazon Prime Days. So, if you don't already have your Amazon Prime, you can get that and get discounts, bigger discounts. And I may go ahead and restart mine free, because they've basically got a free trial that you can get your first order in. I'm probably going to get some things. Also, what else was I going to say about this? Yeah, you can't see it, but I got some things in my shopping cart that I need to decide on, like an HTV Runt little baby press. Okay, I'm glad it's not just me. Ruth says, I had to write my bio twice because it didn't save and refresh the first time. My problem is that I usually have lots of tabs open, and I probably had 2 tabs of the same page open, and one of them was updated and the other one was not, and it probably saved the one that was not. So it kind of makes sense. Aw, Kelly said that if you were closer, she would come and help. Ferg is due Friday. What? Oh, you're supposed to get your Fergus. Yeah, well, if you do Amazon Prime and you get your felt, go ahead and order it like today or tomorrow. You should have it by Friday, a lot of times. So just letting you know that it is on there, and I am going to try to do a better job of letting you guys know all the things, because y'all ask me, and I need to find a better, more efficient, more accurate way of sharing all of the details, right? And for you guys that didn't see my gnomies, here are my Fergus gnomes. This is one I did off camera, and this is the one that y'all stitched along with me. So it's 5 videos. We just hung out and stitched. That's all we did. And we made this little guy. And each, excuse me, each live stream was probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. But yeah. And that's including all the chatty time too. Just saying. There's always chatty time. So I have them sitting over there. I think they're so cute. All right. So we have 2 of these, and we have 2 of these. I think I'm going to... I don't want to turn that off yet. And the reason I'm going to say I don't want to turn it off yet is because I also want to do sentiments, because you can foil the sentiments as well. So this one has got Sending Frosty Wishes, Let It Snow, and Snowflakes, and Made with Love and Snowflakes. So these are the better press ones. These are the glimmer ones. Again, they're different colors, and they are these are thicker than the better press ones. Sending Christmas Magic, Let It Snow and Sparkle, Bright and Merry, and Joyous Noel. And you can, of course, use these with other stamps and stencils, and you can use these with other things too. One thing to let you know, you don't want to use... You can do all of these at the same time, and you can do all of those at the same time. But since they're different thicknesses, I would not recommend... I seem to be speeded up. What? Am I talking too fast again? You don't really want to use them both on the same plate at the same time. Reason for that is they are different thicknesses, just like when you're using dyes. If you're using dyes and you're using two different cardstocks, one is thicker than the other one, it's not going to cut as well. So we don't want anything to cause any kind of problems with our batter press system. So I am going to go ahead and put my Glimmer System ones down. Since I got so many panels, you know, it might help if I did this on camera, right? So Tara, did it work? Did it fix itself or what? You may need to refresh your screen. Why am I doing it like that? This is one way you could do it. You could put everything down on your hot foil plate, put your foil down over the top of it, and put your card on there. If you want to make sure everything is positioned correctly, you may want to use some tape. I'm going to do it both ways, I think. That way we can take a look at how it works both ways. Yay, it's fixed. So Tara is all good. So we just need enough to cover those. And I'd say that is good. And I don't need all of this, so let's go ahead and trim off the rest. And I'm gonna go with, since we're going with gold, I kind of want to go black. You know, do black cardstock over it because that's gonna make it pop better. Do I have any black? Yes, I do. This is some, there we go. So I have some black cardstock. If you have trouble with your foiling and you're getting underfoiling and this just doesn't seem to want to do well, one thing you can use is some smoother cardstock. I've never actually had a problem with pretty much any of them other than textured. You don't really want to use textured because it's not going to work as well. Okay, so now we're going to just wait for the button over here on the side. Okay, we have a zombie. So we're going to wait for the...
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message. I love you. Now back to our show.
Oh, love you guys. There's a caution tape for a reason. The chat may take over the stream. So, okay, now the platform ready button is done. I can just hit the button here. This one does not need to go through twice because it's just the sentiments. And if you do have it on there too long, it can sometimes cause overload.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message. I love you. Now back to our show.
Y'all are nuts. Y'all are definitely nuts. Kind of thinking I want to use something out of this one. This is the large die of the month, and it does have that pretty Christmas tree. So we could just do Christmas trees. I also got the other die from the small die of the month. I think I'm gonna do both. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do both. So Maureen has been good. All right, Tara says, thank you for answering my questions. I really do appreciate the time you spend teaching me these new tools. That is part of also what I'm planning on adding over on the membership site. However, adding little tutorials and stuff takes longer, and I have to plan, and it's not like sitting here and just seat of my pants crafting with you guys. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to take some of my videos and clip some of the technique stuff out and put those over there for y'all. So I think that'll probably help. Okay, and for you guys, when you're first trying out the foiling of sentiments, when you run it through, it's going to feel like nothing happened. The sentiments are so small, you don't really feel anything with the pressure. And don't do what I just did and lift this up from underneath because it was a little bit hot. You can see we've got the impression on there, and it looks like I had just enough foil and I put it down in the right place because I had accidentally not covered the whole thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these up real quick. And see, the magnet works great for a lot of things, but it just doesn't do that. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Okay. He did like that. Okay, Ruth is stocked up on coal. Jen said, for Todd too, at Todd, thank you for liking my gift. So now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do with the better press sentiments. So we're going to have plenty of sentiments. Oh, I was going to show y'all the other way to do it. Because this is a way that you could very easily not have it cover where you want it. Oh, but look at that. And it is pretty much perfect. I was actually looking for some overfoiling, and I really didn't get any, which is cool. So what we're going to do on this, I'm going to go ahead and cut those parts off so I don't accidentally overdo anything there. And we're going to tape these on to the background panel. I haven't had a chance to test it, but if you want to type in exclamation point, well, it may have worked when you did that. I don't know if the idea is there. Go ahead, Jen, type exclamation point idea and then space and then whatever idea you want to put in there, and I can check it later. I found my tape, and now where did I put it? Right in front of me. That's where everything hides. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tape these together. Just taping them together. This is going to make it so they're going to stay in place, okay? Then we can lift one end, and we basically have made a hinge. So this is the hinge method with your foiling. Oh, good grief, Ruth. Love ya, mean it. Goodness. I think this might be enough. Is this enough to cover all of that? Ooh, it is. So I'm going to place this right down. I also pulled the tape up enough so that I can still have some of it there, because the biggest problem I had with the hinge method is trying to put my foil down and not getting the top line. Okay. So now this is prepped and ready to go. Okay. Which means while you're doing your foiling, you could get some of your things ready to go and then just pop them on there and not have to worry too much about them shifting. Okay. So now all I need to do with this is I'm just going to pop it down with the plates facing down. Doesn't matter where they are on there. I'm going to go ahead and put my plates on so it can be holding in the heat, and I'm just going to wait for it to get ready. And when it's ready, we'll run it through. It also makes it so it's less likely that you're going to have any kind of shiftage. Pam, you're leaving. What? Okay, well, words. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us, Miss Pam, and you are welcome anytime. We will be live at 5 p.m. Eastern with Elizabeth Costa-Rogers to do some Halloween crafting. And if you are a member, then you can join us for the members only live stream at 4:30. If you're not a member yet, there should be a button underneath the video on YouTube. I think I said all the things, and yeah, all the things, right? Okay. Anywho, I'm still waiting for that, so I'm going to go ahead and start putting this together because this is cool. That's why I have the silicone mat here. The silicone mat makes it so that you hopefully don't burn yourself. So that is nice and cool, and then I can put it back in its little sleeve so we don't lose it. No, actually, it's not. Ruth is saying you tape it with heat-resistant tape. You use heat-resistant tape for artistry because that gets up to like 400 degrees. This doesn't get up to that kind of heat. What I'm using is my Best Ever Craft tape from Spellbinders. My yellow tape works perfectly for this. I've never had a problem with it. You could use washi tape. And to be honest, anywhere that you've got the foil on there, you could wind up with extra foiling there just depending on the pressure or something. But I've never had a problem with my Best Ever Craft tape. I think I've actually used washi tape before, so I may have to just give that one another try at some point. I think we do need to have a Q&A kind of thing. And I have had folks before where they say that I've still got such and such in the box and I haven't tried it yet. I'm thinking that live stream Q&A with you guys on screen may be a good use for that type of thing too. So now I need a name for it. What would I call that? Okay, so we've got that. Again, it's still stuck on there, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lift my tape. And there are our sentiments. All perfect. And this one didn't get any overfoiling either. So I think what happened is I wound up having my plate wound up cooling just enough so that just letting it get back up to temperature was perfect. Sometimes I actually store these on the tape in some of my things. Okay. So this is what I was talking about. If you get extra foil on things, all you need for that is just to use some acetone. Warning though, if you get it on this clear one, the clear one, you can use acetone to get it off, but it turns it cloudy, which is why this one's cloudy and not clear anymore. Alrighty, I'm gonna turn off my heat press now because we've got plenty of panels, we've got plenty of sentiments, and these are already cool. All for the little one's Christmas joy. Okay, where did I put the sleeve for that one? I don't want to lose my stuff. Oh, actually, this is in the wrong sleeve. This one says BP. BP means better press. This is better press. How am I going to file it right if it's in the wrong sleeve, right? Okay, and then this one is Magic Wonderland, Glimmer of the Month. So we got that part done. It is now 1:15. And the Todd is in the background again, and he just wandered off again. He just came in for his phone. Isn't that fun? Okay. Let's see. I did have here's some trees. So I cut extra trees the other day out of the small die of the month. I didn't do the frosting. I mean the snow. I didn't do the snow, so we need to cut out some snow because I think that would be pretty on the front of any and all of these, to be quite honest with you. I'm still not completely sure what I want to do with these two, though. That's the thing. The colors make me think they need to have something more fun. So I'm not sure. I'm probably not going to do those. Get your loadout session. What? Oh, get your... I don't know about that name. Goodness. But I'm thinking these would look really cute with a tree in the middle. Oh, also during one of the live streams for the summit, I told them that you could do splatter with gold. So I put some gold splatter on one of the, oh, that's going to be cool too. On one of the backgrounds we made with the 3D embossing folder of the month. Yeah, I'm gonna need more suggestions. Get your stuff out of the box session. Get it out of the box and play. Ask Me Anything is a really easy name, and I think a lot of people use that. However, it doesn't say, ask me anything about what. You know what I mean? Oh, I was going to look at my ideas thing. And it looks like the ideas thing stopped working in July. So the last one that worked was July, and then it didn't tell me who did it. It was where somebody said, we need a gong command. And it's supposed to say this was added by. So I think it's where I need to fix things on my end. There's apparently something wrong with the webhook, and that probably had to do with one of the updates. It really probably did. So I'm going to just have to go back and look and see what Andy did with that and those kind of things. So these look cute. I need to do some snow, I think, for our trees. And I may do kind of debating. I'm thinking of putting vellum behind it. Crafty Q&A session. That could work. That really could work, I think. I need to get my bookmarks out of the way because they're in my way. But aren't they cute? These are so cute. And this is plain. I didn't even dress these up. You guys could do so much with it. I mean, if anybody was an expert on that right now, see some of the cards and stuff that Kelly's done. Oh my goodness. So fun. I want a panel that's partially used so I can use up my scraps. I need to put all of these scraps in the scrap things anyway. So what we've got here are, these are going to be some pretty much quick and easy cards. Okay, that have got just a little bit of extra because it's got that shine. I need the other die set if I'm going to cut things out with it, right? Let's see. I could do a snowman on one of them too. What do you think? Should we do a snowman? So we could do one with a tree. I could do a snowman on one of the other ones. I could probably do a snowman over the purple. What do you think? Because we have a snowman. Put a snowman. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Snowman right in the middle of that one. That's what I'm going to do. No T on the snowman. What? I think Jen meant tree. No tree on the snowman. Yeah, I'm thinking that the snowman needs to be on the snowman. Jen sent me a reminder on Discord. Thank you, honey. Yeah, I need to fix some things. I'm trying to do what I can with the time that I've got. I have another summit that I need to record for. And that's due by the 15th. I also need to figure out what am I going to do for my Pear Blossom Press because that's coming up on the 11th. You guys know that. On the 11th of every month, I have a Pear Blossom Press card video. Okay, so Chris says I'll take a pic and show you what side I had put down. Okay. Thank you, honey. And ASMR says we love snowmen. And that didn't cut very well. Why didn't it cut very well? Who would know? Okay, this one I'm going to use some tape because I don't want them to move. Okay. Because this inner, you guys can't even see, this inner part here has got, cuts the holes for the coal. So I need to put that in place and then I can put this one over, but maybe it's just because this is a heavyweight cardstock. Lately, my heavyweight cardstock has not been wanting to cut as cleanly the first time around as my lightweight, which probably means I just don't have enough pressure. And where's my shim? So I'm going to go ahead and add a Mylar shim underneath. I've got them taped in place, so hopefully they won't move. And if they do, it's cardstock. It's a scrap. I can get another scrap. And I'm going to go forward and back a couple of times just to give it an extra check. Okay, so Jen said tree. Yes. Hey, Miss Norma.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message. I love you. Now back to our show.
There we go. Now it's cut through better. So we've got our little snowman. I do need to look and see what other pieces, because we've got the pieces that I think it just is the snowman part. I think that's what I saw before. Bum, 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 bum. Snow Day Friends is the name of it. So I think the only additional piece on here that is specific for the snowman is the nose and the arms. I'm pretty sure. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a quick look. Yep. And then there's a little boy and a little girl. And I need my scissors. There are also characters to be building them. Okay, I'm going to say that that is good enough for our tree there. Let's see. I do need for our snowman there. That's the word. Snowman. So this piece is going to be to put snow on one of those. Let's see. What other scraps do I have? And that's just regular cardstock. Good. That's better press. This is regular cardstock. Okay. And I kind of want to put one of the little guys on there. So this one is one of the people. This is the red piece. Well, I'm looking at a picture. This is a coat. And then we've got, are these the little gloves? I think these are the little gloves. And then got his little legs. And I figure I'll just use some markers that I've got on my desk for these. This is for coal if we wanted to add additional coal. And I think this is good for his scarf. And then, which one's the hat? And that's the hat. So I think that's all the pieces. Okay. For this one. Oh, let's go ahead and do his arms and stuff too. His arms and nose. I'm just going to color all of those on the paper. I'm going to cut it first. This is a thinner cardstock, so I'm going to cut them first, and then I'll cut the other piece that is a thicker cardstock that I want to use up, partially because it is a scrap. It's a small scrap, so use the small ones, and then you don't have them in your bin anymore, right? And since I want this to kind of stay in place, I'm taking out my press and seal because I want it to stay on the card. So we're going to see if I can get that to happen. The only reason I want it to stay on the card is because it's a lot easier to color if it's still on the card. If everything is all still in place. And I may do a second one for the second tree or snowman. I don't know. There we go. And I'm going to wrap it around the back because I really only need it attached on the back. Okay, let's go ahead and do the other piece, which is going to be snow. And I'll need one more because I'm going to do a second tree with snow on it. And this one again is heavy white cardstock, so that's what I'm doing. I'm putting it through a few different times. No! I accidentally... Yes. This was where it said it was stamped by. I accidentally... Oh, well. I lost one of my things. That's all right. Okay, that was an accident. All right, and I think I missed some things. Jen said she was having some, also having some cutting issues. And then says, don't forget to like. Thank you, hun. Norma says, I love foiling. You taught me everything I need to know about foiling and got the nervousness out of me. Fabulous. That that makes me smile. That makes me happy, honey. I don't want you to be nervous about it. I mean, we're all nervous if we're thinking somebody else is going to look at our work. But try to think of it like this. Sometimes when you're doing things and you're playing and you're trying it out the first time, nobody else has to see it. Okay? Nobody else has to see it. You can show other people if you want to, but you don't have to. And I have to admit, I am the same way. I really am. I am sorry, but I am. I am the same way. I want everything to be perfect the first time I do it. And I think I'm so much a perfectionist that I'm very careful, especially the first time I'm trying something. But that also means that I have not in the past given myself a chance to just play with it. And I have finally gotten to the point where good is good enough. Okay? Good is good enough. Nobody else is really gonna care. We're gonna care, okay? If you make a mistake on one, I have a feeling that another crafter might notice. They'll also probably think, she did that on purpose. Look at the cool thing she did. And you know, it's a total happy accident, right? But other people, Todd says serendipity. But I said that, I actually used a big word in one of the live streams I did for the for the summit. Yes, it was serendipitous is what I said. I think I may have said that in the chat. I don't remember if I said it out loud or not, but still, it's like, don't ask me to say big words like that. Oh, Carmen's Crafts is in. Hello, welcome, honey. I'm sorry I missed that. Welcome, 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 welcome. But yeah, give yourself a chance to play. Don't be too hung up on it, and try to go with the 80-20 rule if you are a perfectionist, which I am. You know, if it's 80% as good as you want it to be, it's good enough. If there is a little tiny error somewhere, nobody else is gonna know it's there. When I'm live, I kind of tell y'all, okay, I screwed this up. Just know I'm not gonna fix it right now, but it's there. And then sometimes I go back and decide, you know, I really don't like that much, so I go back and change it. I did that on one of the cards we did earlier in the week. I decided to add some snowflakes and stuff on the background. I put it in my, actually I didn't put it in my MISTI, dummy me. Did not get as good of a stamping, so I wound up having to take the entire front of the card off and redo it. But the winner is still going to get their snowman card. It's just going to have purple snowflakes and stuff on it that I took from Simon Hurley's a Simon Hurley stamp set, or Simon Hurley stamp. Yes. So sometimes I add more things after we get done. Okay, so Chris says, I was really beating myself up over putting the wrong side down, but y'all calmed me down. Yes. So wrong side, I think you sent a picture and I haven't looked yet. I have to look. Aw, I'm looking in the stream showcase. It's like there's some cute things in there. Jen sent me a reminder, and it's in Discord message. It says, reminder, ! Idea. Okay. I know you were saying you were gonna, okay, you haven't posted it yet. So I'd love to see what it was that you did wrong, because I've done, okay, you saw that there was foil on my, well, you saw that I know how to clean the foil off of my, my plates that came with my glimmer system, because I've made that mistake before. I've made that mistake multiple times. I have glimmered my plates plenty of times. And to get them off of your glimmer plates, just use some acetone. I don't know if that's really safe for your better pressed plates, because they do say, you know, not to use alcohol or something on there, and acetone is a bit more heavy duty, or I don't know what the word is, but it is a little bit more dangerous, I think, on things than alcohol is. So it could, if you do it too often, could possibly cause damage, but I'm just thinking that plastic, it's kind of got a little bit of a, what, Jen? Really? Okay, so Jen just says, I hope I hid my errors. My first book and 3D. So I'm assuming what she's talking about is the thing that she gave me, my birthday present, my Halloween birthday present. I'm assuming that that's what you're talking about because I didn't see any mistakes on there. Does that mean I need to check? I think you did wonderful. I mean, she made the cuckoo clock, Halloween cuckoo clock. She used dies or stamps or something from another set to add little tiny tombstones to the bottom of the chains of that, I don't know what they're called, but the chains that are underneath the cuckoo clock. And she made everything move, not just the pendulum. So I thought that was super cool. Okay, so we have one tree. We could, if I wanted to, add and something to be the bottom, but I don't think we need it. So I think this is going to look really cool. And then we're going to have a sentiment. Let me grab my sentiments where'd I put them? They're in the stack, I'm sure. Have my snowman. Bum, bum. There we go. So here's some of our sentiments, and we can either use a die. There are plenty of banner dies. Do I have one out here, though? I don't think I have a banner die out here, so instead, I'm just going to use my paper trimmer. To cut myself a banner to go across that tree. And let's see, we have Cindy Christmas Magic, Let It Snow and Sparkle. And Joyous Noel and Merry and Bright. Do I want to do this on... Which background do we want to go with? Oh, another idea for this is we could emboss this if we wanted to. But I'm kind of thinking I kind of like it just like it is. I probably will do an embossed one as well later. But do we want to do this on this one or this one? Right or left? So I'm also thinking kind of like this Let It Snow and Sparkle for that one. The darker red. So you guys like it better on this one. Okay, we'll do that. I also have a little bin of all my, I think, do I still have it out here? I have around here somewhere where I've got a bunch of sentiments. So if we decide that we don't like the black, we could always go with, I'm actually trying to just make sure that they're straight. If we decide we don't like it in the black, I do have some sentiments that are on white cardstock. I'm really thinking I need the banner dies. I'm afraid I'm gonna mess it up. I don't want to mess it up. I know what I'm gonna do. Here's another hack, and it's not mine. It's where I saw it from somebody else. I'm gonna use Post-it. And I saw this from Jennifer McGuire. So you can put a Post-it down right where you want it to cut, or just a little bit off. That way you can see it better. Actually, I'm gonna go all the way to the edge. Lining it up right with that bottom. Nope, I need it at the top. All right. I can still see a little bit of the gold. I don't want to see a little bit of the gold. I mean, I think what she did is she actually was able to add it where it had that little bit of an eighth of an inch. And yeah. Let go. So if I do it right up against that, the pink there, it's going to cut it right at the bottom. And I don't want it to go quite that much, but I'm going to go a little bit further back. There we go. And I had it crooked. Dang it. Somehow I still had it crooked. So I cut it wrong. Now that sucks. I shouldn't have done that because I would have noticed it sooner. Okay, we're going to go to the next one. And I'm going to move it back a little further. And what I'm trying to do, I was much better at this with my Fiskars. I'm going to try to line it up with the thumb guard. And it's close, but it's still crooked. That's one of my problems. Dang it. Okay, I am going to find myself some banner dies because this is an example of I'm still messing up. Because I am human. I do mess up. So I will be right back. Looks like Kelly had lost a die and she found it, and so I'm using actually an older die set. This one is called Birthday Unboxing, and this is what I needed. I needed one of these. I'm sure I've got another one. This just happened to be the one that I came across first, so I'm going to cut these guys out with this because I'm having too many issues. That one's bad. That one, yeah, that's the bad one. And let's grab our magnetic magic mat. Because I've had enough trouble with this one, I'm going to use the tools that I need to do it a little bit better. And hopefully not have any issues. So with the magnetic magic mat, it's holding everything pretty much in place. So I'm not going to just move this around and shift it. So I'm just going to put this where I've got my sentiment right there in the center. Turning it at an angle so it's going to cut better. And now we're going to run it through. And I shouldn't have any problems with it. Now if there are any kind of problems, and I'm not expecting it to, but if I do have any kind of problems with it, it's going to be that it didn't cut through all the way. Now one thing I have noticed, and you guys, if you've got the magnetic magic mat, you may have noticed it as well. It is a little bit thicker than the standard magic mat, so it should actually cut better. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What? So this one is saying let it snow and sparkle, and we have a perfectly cut sentiment strip. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut these other ones, and then I've got the other ones around here somewhere from the other set. Like, I don't even remember if this one is the Glimmer or if this one is the Better Press. And I'm going to leave these with long ends. You see what I mean? I'm going to leave it with long ends. And then I can trim it down to whatever size I want. This is why they are called crafty supplies, and they move their... I like that. Kelly said, this is why they're called crafty supplies. They move on their own, being crafty. Crafty like a fox. And I think I might have had this one a little bit crooked, but I think it's close enough. Just looking at it, I can tell that I had it lined up a little bit crooked. So it's at a slight a slight angle, but I think that's totally fine. And now we can do Joyous Noel. We're going to do the last one, do the same thing. Line it up, tilt it the way we want it, and run it through. Trying to move things out of the way so I have room to actually do this. I can't cut a straight line for my life either, even with the paper cutter. I got really good at doing it with my Fiskars trimmer because of where the thumb guard was. The thumb guard made it so easy. My problem is the thumb guard came off, and then if I wanted to get a replacement, they were basically wanting me to mail the thing back and all the things. Where last time, I wasn't expecting them to do this the last time, but the last time I broke the thumb guard, they just sent me a new machine. All I asked for really was another thumb guard because I could install it. That I could do. That's not a problem. There we go. So because of that, I went ahead and switched, and the thumb guard is just designed different on the spellbinders, and that's what I've been using ever since, and I do love it. It works fine. I don't have a problem with it. My only issue is I'm not as good. I keep dropping cardstock, but I'm not as good at cutting that 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch or whatever that I need right beside the sentiment to cut it perfect. That's the only thing that I've been having any kind of problem with. And that's just because I have not practiced it enough. And I know that that's the deal. So it's not a fault of the machine. It's because I'm not used to that thumb guard. And I've been so used to using another one. Okay, so this is what we've got for this card. We've got our little tree to go into the center. And then we can put the sentiment at the bottom if we want. We've got Joyous Noel, we've got Merry and Bright, and we've got Let It Snow and Sparkle. And here's my other ones. So here's the other ones. So these other ones are basically the same kind of thing, and is that gonna fit? I think it's barely gonna fit. Let me look at this. Okay, it will barely fit. So this one is going to have where there's basically no space up above and beyond, above or below when we cut it out. I think I'm going to cut the one that says Let It Snow first, because that's probably my least favorite of them. And if I do that one and it turns out that it doesn't really work, then I can find another strip, another sentiment strip die. Okay, let's try this. I'm hoping it's going to work. Jen says, I cannot even trace anything. I used to trace decent. I'm not real good at it anymore because I haven't practiced. But, oh, that actually worked pretty good. I think that works pretty well. Look at that. I like that. Okay, we're going to do the other ones. Everything means you need to practice it. That's just what it is. When I was in school, I remember elementary school and gingerbread. I mean, what? The tree would look really cute cute with a wobbler. I'm thinking the snowman would look really cute with a wobbler. Only thing is, with the snowman, all it is those basic pieces. I feel like he needs more than what I got with him, but he was basically designed to have somebody building him, and so he's in the stage of being completed. So that's why I think I need to do the other. Oh, that looks really good. Okay. Anyhow, when I was in grammar school and junior high and stuff, we would have, science fair projects, social studies projects, whatever kind of projects. And a bunch of my friends, their parents would help them. And this is before printers. Before you had the household printers where you basically had to draw everything. And I drew everything by hand. And I was actually decent at it back then, but I stopped and I haven't practiced in so many years. Oh, this one I got a little bit crooked, but it's still okay. I think. Does that look okay? I think it'll work still. I just cut it, like, got a little bit crooked. That was my fault. Okay. And I do think I need, gonna get some, do we need a black card base? I think this one needs a black card base. I think they all need a black card base for, if we're gonna use that black sentiment. Just who's gonna make it pop. I haven't drawn since high school. I know, right? And that's the thing. You could make all of the things that we make. You can make all of the cards. You could make all of the designs, everything. You could basically create all of it by drawing. But it would take a lot of practice and stuff. Or you can use a tool like a stamp or a die or all the things to make it more perfect faster, right? That's one reason why we love our tools. And even if you don't think that you stamp perfect or stamp as well as you would like, it's okay, because all you have to do is practice and you're gonna get better. Watch some videos, see some techniques that you like, replicate those techniques that you like, add your own little spin to it, and create something magical. You guys can do all of this. I have no doubt. I have absolutely no doubt. So you guys have already said that you do want to have a crafty Q&A live stream where you guys get to show me what you're working on and what problems you're having, and then I can try to help you solve them. You do want to do that. What else did we discuss that you guys said yes to? Because I do need to start planning these, and since Jen is already doing it, you want to go ahead and send me a message about that. With whatever things that we decided that we want to try to do, go ahead and send that to me on the... Oh my God! Okay. DaVinci Eye is in the chat. I'm thinking... is it all the people at DaVinci Eye, or is... I have to do a shout out. Where's my shout out button? I need to do that. I already told you. I know I need to do that. So if you want to see more about the DaVinci Eye, you got to check this out. It's basically an app where you can see all the things and you get to trace them. I need to try. It is Charity. Okay, so Charity just popped in with the DaVinci Eye's YouTube channel, so now they're both are on there. I am so bad though. I have to admit this. I wanted to do the DaVinci Eye stuff last year, okay? When I first met these folks. I think it was just a year ago, but I wanted to do that then, and then I never did because I just didn't have time. And I'm finally at a point where I think I'm going to be able to start doing a little extra stuff, which I can't wait for. You guys are going to love the app, and you're going to love being able to create additional things. It's kind of like, okay, if you don't have a sentiment that you want to work with, you don't have a sentiment and you don't have the perfect sentiment for whatever card you're making, you can make your own sentiment with the Cricut Joy and have it do all the writing it out and cutting it out and all the things if you have that tool, right? So this is another one that is an app for your phone where you could, if you don't have, let's say you want to do a car and you don't have that car as a stamp or die, you could use the DaVinci Eye app to draw your own version of it based on another drawing that you do a sketching, a kind of a rough sketch, and then draw it out the rest of the way. So you could create your own stuff that way. That's my idea for using it in a card making capacity. Jen says Q&A, yes please, absolutely. I do need to do that. I need to set up times and all the things. We're already doing a couple of different series. Starting up with Elizabeth. Do I want to do... I think I want this to be flat onto the card, and then we can do foam for our tree. I really, really love this brick. I really do. I think I have a couple of other things that are brick, but I think the bricks are much bigger. And this is just perfect size for so much that we do, you know? Love it. I know, this is fabulous. I love this die set. And then the gold splatter, I just did, yeah, I did the heat embossing over water splatter during a Q&A thing I was doing with the summit on, I think it was on Saturday. Yeah. So we were doing, you've changed the device. I was watching and forgot I was in the DaVinci app account. That's okay, honey. It just means that it's going to count as an additional person viewing my stuff. And that works. Okay, so we've got the tree, and then we're going to do, I think we're going to do Let It Snow and Sparkle. We're going to pop up our tree up on some foam. And this is another easy card. The cards I'm making today and the ones I've done so far with all of the things we've been doing with Spellbinders are really easy to do. Doesn't take a whole lot of effort. You don't have a whole bunch of pieces, mostly because I'm not using the entire sets and letting you see that you can use parts of it. For that matter, you could use all the things and make multiple cards. You don't have to do it all on one. I do want to kind of go a little extreme and do the, I do really want to do that window. I've got a couple of different windows, but that one's a bay window, and I think that is really cool. Okay, let me see if I can line this up in the center. So I'm getting out my Pear Blossom Press T-square. I do appreciate you coming in, Charity, by the way. So if I line this up with the card on the end, the 0 is going to show me right where the center is. And I kind of get, it's easier to see this way than this way. So if I put it right about, let me grab my tweezers. That's the easiest way for me to make sure I'm putting everything where I want it. That looks about center. Just gonna double check. Yep, it's close enough. There we go. And then we can put Let It Snow and Sparkle down at the bottom. And this I think I'm just gonna glue straight. Jen, I don't even have the affiliate link for you guys. I've got an affiliate link for that too. Oh, fabulous. Well, so it looks like Jen just joined the app. I do need to add that into my affiliate link thing, by the way. I haven't done it yet. Mostly because it's one of those things that's on my to-do list that I have not gotten to yet. Okay, sparkle and shine there. And then, do I still have any of this left? Who is it? So I'm going to try to use up the last of my stickles that are in this little one because I got that replacement. And we're going to add some sparkle to our tree. So this is another way that it's really quick and easy where you can add a little. Yeah, foam. We love our foam. That was probably one of the biggest questions from the SVG summit that happened this past weekend was, you know, what are some ways where you can kind of up the game on your cards? And glitter is always a good thing. Foam is always a good thing. That's why I did the splatter, because heat embossed splatter works. And is that straight? There we go. I think that turned out really pretty. I think I'm going to actually add some random snow pieces going down there. One. So there is that one. Okay, so we have one. And now I'm going to check and see if it's actually, it's upside down. Ah, it's upside down. What I'm going to do with this one, I'm not going to do it at the moment. I'm going to wait till everything dries, then I'm going to cut it off, and I'm going to put it onto another card base. But yeah, I kind of did it backwards. It's upside down. So here's the card, right side up. We all do it. It happens. All right, let's go ahead and put together another card. So that's one of those. I think I'm gonna do 2 of them that are trees. The other one's gonna go, you guys will have to tell, I think the other one's gonna go on the blue. And it's already almost 2 o'clock, so I think what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna do that one on screen, I'm gonna do that one later. I'm gonna go ahead and do our snowman. And where's the rest of my snowman? Snowman body is not here. Where'd it go? There it is. Alrighty. You can see. Okay, Ruth says, you can just say that it is an Asian card since things out that way there. I think what she's saying is that they do things, they open their cards the opposite way. I never heard that, so... Oh yeah, I was going to color all that stuff, wasn't I? That's what I was going to do. Let's see, where did I put all the things? I think it's not in this part. Here we go. I'm losing my mind, guys. I'm so sorry. Don't say it, Todd. Okay, Callie says it's for a left-handed person. I can unjoin and redo. I don't know what. It's okay. It's totally fine. I mean, one thing I did get from them was a stand to make it easier to use. But I think when I do it the first time, I'm gonna do it on a glass. That is the method that is the easiest first time anyway, I think. Okay, we're gonna color all this stuff up. Let's go with some light brown for the arms. Okay, medium brown. And I really don't care that I got a little bit of brown on his nose. I'm just gonna add a little bit more color there. And his nose is now much more orange. So pretty. Something so... Oh, the tree probably is what she's talking about. This tree did turn out pretty. It's just upside down. Hey, Polly. You've been hanging out and not talking to us, huh? I think that means that Polly has been he's been ignoring me. I don't understand. But thank you for joining us. I do think that my snowman probably shifted a little bit for one of the, when we recut him, but that's okay. Or at least the part on the inside, you know, the part that did the little holes there. Just because it feels like there's a little bit more, I don't know, more of a ridge. Okay, so there's his little nose. Okay. And I haven't decided how I'm going to do his, I have not decided which end is up for the body. What I am looking for is some black scraps. Oh, I have other pieces in here too. That's what I did yesterday. I forgot about that. Jen says, I think we'll accept the backward card as is. Y'all are weird. I know, you want my imperfections. It's kind of like those upside down stamps, right? It's going to be worth so much more because it's upside down or backwards. I don't think that's how it works. Right, Todd? Okay, I said right, Todd, to him, and he says I wasn't listening. He wasn't paying attention to me again. Japan reads up, down, right to left. Okay, so we've got those. I think I want him to have, we're gonna have him on blue, so I think what I want is red. Let me get out my other little bag. I think I want him to be wearing a red coat. So starting off with a lighter red, and then I'm going to come in with some of the darker red from the edges. And then it's going to be easy. It's not going to be anything really fancy. I'm just doing a little bit of color blending. Little one's Christmas joys. Who would know? And of course, I'm not 100% happy, so I'm going to bring in some more. So whenever you're doing your coloring, just keep going until it looks the way that you want. And if you never get there, you can always start over and try it a different way. Okay, that's going to be better. Because first time I didn't really put enough of the dark down. I did too little of it. Okay, now we're going to blend it out. Yay, that looks pretty good. And then we can go in, I think, with some green for his hat and his scarf. I'm gonna be a little, yeah, don't know how this one's gonna go. I'm gonna start off with a light green and coming in with a dark green, and probably gonna be blending out most of it and just leaving the light green as the highlight, probably. And yes, my press and seal is sticking to my desk. It's like it's not wanting to let me move things. And that one is not wanting to stay down. I don't want to touch this. There's a little circle there that I do not want to touch because that is the pom-pom. Okay, I'm gonna say that looks okay. Looks okay. Weird. Remember, we're here. Okay, I'm going to say that that is good enough, and we're going to make dark green for the little gloves. And then we're going to do the same kind of thing with some blues. I have some blue here. Do I have some blue in the other one? Yes, I do. I don't know if these work together, though. I think this one works better with this one. Let's just take a look. Yeah, that'll work. And I think there were some boots that I must have missed because I do not see them on this little guy here. I'm thinking there are some boots, so I need some boots. All right. So let's go ahead and put together this little guy. And then I'll find the boots and cut those out. So I'm sure that there had to be some. Ads will be starting over on Twitch. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, I'm focusing on my little person here, so I'm not talking as much. So sorry, guys. It's like, oh my god, it's quiet. Why is it so quiet? And I think I need to put a little bit more ink on the hat. So it looks like it just doesn't have quite enough enough green up at the top. So I need a little bit more. And of course it's stuck to my fingers. Am I going to be streaming right through? No, because I need to eat food and things too. No, I'm only going to make the 2 cards on stream, so I'm almost done. Yeah, kind of, sort of. So, and then I'm going to go do some other things, and then we will get together with Elizabeth at 5 o'clock, and I will get together with you guys at 4:30. I know, it's only 2.5 hours away. And this one is kind of fun. It's like all we're doing is we're putting together all of the clothes. We don't actually have anything showing the person. Is that the right way? This one goes this side. This one goes that side. Okay. I think. No, this side is this side. Okay, that side is that side. Okay. I have to put the glove on the right hand, right? This little guy is so easy. No. Did you guys know that when there was one day, what day was it? Probably Thursday? I don't remember. There was a day last week, though, where I stopped streaming on YouTube and I left my, that screen that says Crafting with Debbie, that main screen, I left that one up on Twitch during the entire time that I went live on the summit, and I didn't notice until later. And only reason I noticed that I had been streaming for like 4 hours on Twitch was because Nerdy raided me. It's like I go into hers and then she says that she's gonna raid me. It's like, but I'm not streaming. That turns out that I was. And I apparently left it on and nobody told me. It was only on Twitch. So it was off on YouTube, but it was on Twitch. You said so in the Summit Q&A and I hadn't been on Twitch, so I hadn't noticed. That makes sense. It's just so weird. It's like, what? Okay, so we're going to put the little pom-pom on his little hat. So isn't that cute, though? I mean, I think that is adorable. Let me see if I can find the shoes. I'm assuming there's boots here. There we go. These little boots. So I just need to cut that out of some black. And then we can put together our little guy. Oh, ho, ho, who wouldn't go up on the housetop? Click, click, click. I think that scrap that I had thrown in the trash is probably just about the right size for our little boots. Yay. Yeah, I pull scraps out of the trash to use them all the time. Anybody else? I tell you, we're supposed to be trying to use up the scraps, and then I keep pulling some out that you don't really need. All for the little ones' Christmas joys. Oh, ho, ho. Did it shift? Yeah, it shifted because I wasn't paying attention. There might be room still on there. Barely. Barely room. See? Like, barely room. So let's see if I can do it correctly this time without shifting the boots. There we go. Okay, so this one, for this one, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some, maybe a piece of vellum. Did I have one in here? Or something else behind it? Thought I saw, well, this one isn't vellum, but it is a circle there. But if I do that, you can't see the snowman. So vellum is going to be the best option, I think, for this. Let me grab a piece, and I kind of want to do that oval. So now I have to find a die. I believe I still have my shape dies over here. Oh, I could do a little arch, kind of like that one too. Don't make more scraps if you don't have to. Yeah, exactly. I think that's a good size for the vellum. And this is the Essential Arches etched die from Spellbinders. And you can tell it's Spellbinders because it's bronze. I am definitely going to have to clean my desk off. I have got, right here in front of me is foil. So that last like 3 or 4 inches between me and the little shelf thing I have over there is full, and I feel cramped. So I keep on going back. But then when I move backwards, y'all can't see things because I get off camera. So I try not to do that, but I also wanted to bring out my foils and have them right in front of me and make it hopefully easier to work with. But of course, now I'm thinking, I don't know if that was such a good idea after all. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to have our little snowman here. Yeah, now you can see both and it's not too super busy. And then we can have our little person kind of off to the side. I think this is going to work. Well, I could also have it going the other way. Oh, actually, I think it looks better this way. Maybe. Yeah, I think it looks better this way. But we're going to put the arms on there. The way you put the head, you just need to arms in holding out position, the snowman with the Oliver twist in a please sir may I have some more position. We do have arms. We are going to do the arms. Yeah, I kind of think. So do we want the buttons on that side or do we want the buttons on this side? Let me see what they did on the thing because I don't remember. Okay, so what they did was, I think they put the nose different on there. That's because you don't have to have, never mind, I'm such an idiot. So there are pieces, you can do the circles without the buttons, without the coal, or you can do it with the coal piece in there because that's removable. And so what they wound up doing is they wound up adding they didn't use that template, that inside template when they did it for the picture I'm looking at on the website. Yeah. I was like, well, how are they doing that? It's like, I'm such an idiot. Oh, shading on the pom-pom? I'm actually thinking I'm going to use this on the pom-pom. So I could do both. I do like his face like this. I think I like him like that. So I'm putting together the snowman and our little person first. Sparkle wins over shading, maybe, yeah. So I'm going to put this part together first, and I'm going to put it onto the vellum piece and adhere that down. And then I can adhere the whole thing down onto our panel, and you won't see the adhesive. I covered up one of them. I wasn't going to cover up all of them. And to be able to see it, I kind of need to go over here. So if I do that, I'm going to put him right about there. Okay, now we're going to grab out his arms. Sparkle, yes, absolutely. And then we're going to have to decide, do we want him, do I want him on this one or do I want, I kind of want him on the blue now. Dang it. Keep changing my mind. All right, we're going to go ahead and put his little arms on. And then we're going to do the vellum. And then we're going to look and see what he looks like on all three of our different panels. basically putting it right here onto that panel at the moment so that I can see it when I'm putting our snowman down. And I'm using some double-sided adhesive on here, and I'm going to use some liquid glue, both. But this is so that it's going to actually stick to the plastic. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so since I'm almost done with this one, and I am trying to do this more so it is faster, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for the giveaway. Because I know y'all want one of the cards. All for the little ones' Christmas joy. So yeah, go ahead and type into the chat !join if you're watching live and would like to win one of these cards. If you are watching on the replay, type into the chat !replay win for your chance to win another one of the cards. Because I am going to make at least 2 cards today. I've got 2 more panels, so I'm probably going to make another one. So go ahead and do that for me. And the giveaway for the replay, let's give it a week so y'all can watch it. So between now and today is the 7th of October, 2025. And so between now and the 14th, let's just give it, or maybe I should just give it till Friday. I think I'm going to give it until the 14th. So, yeah, as long as you put into the chat !replay win. Yeah, we're going to go with that one. If you put replay win into the chat between now and the 14th, I'll do the drawing on the 15th or try to, or sometime shortly after that. The last one, it did take me a few extra days to get around to doing it. So I apologize for that. It's just one of those things because I get busy and things. But I do want to do that giveaway for you guys that are in the replay crew as well. I'm going to try to do that a little bit more often. Okay, he's going right there. Okay. So now what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to add some foam or adhesive or whatever to the back of our little snowman so that you're not able to see the adhesive. And then for the sentiment, I think I'm probably going to put... That's going to be it. We're going to put Let It Snow across the top. So let me go ahead and do that one too. And then I'll have another place to put adhesive behind the vellum. Yay. Ads will be starting on Twitch in 1 minute. And if you guys don't know this, if you're watching on Twitch and you're not familiar with how the things work with ads and all the things over there, what happens is that if you are subscribed to someone's channel, then you don't have to deal with the ads, okay? So you don't have the ads. You get to watch without the ads, ad-free for being subscribed. And if you have Amazon Prime, you have the ability to use your Amazon Prime sub so that Amazon pays for your subscription instead of you. I use mine every month over on Andy Lippy's channel. I'd say that is pretty close to center. And I'll just trim off the parts on the edges. See, this is one of the reasons why I left them long, so that I could customize it. Cut it whichever way you want to. So one of the cards we're giving away is going to be this guy that if y'all win during the live and you want me to leave it the same and you want this one, then I'll do that. But otherwise, I'm gonna flip it. I'll cut it off the card base and I will put it on a card base correctly. Okay, so for this guy, And again, we're going to go with the black card base. So I'm going to trim down one of the panels. Do we want it on purple? Do we want him on blue? Kind of like the blue. The blue also goes with his pants. Or do we want him on yellow? So you guys need to let me know what your preference is at the moment. I'm thinking I want him on the blue. Danielle says blue. Nancy says blue. So far we've got a couple of ones for blue. I'm thinking that what I should have done is when I was coloring him, coloring colors that would go better with one of the others, and that would have worked. No one wants yellow snow. Y'all told me you wanted the snowman in purple on yellow. Well, when I said I was putting on yellow, you said we wanted on that. Everybody says, well, hello, Miss Linda. Welcome in. Have you typed into the chat / join to get in on the giveaway? So we're going to go with that. Do I want to put him on white or do I want to put him on black? Because I'm kind of leaning both directions. Yeah, it's kind of weird. So where's my black card base? Out jumps. Okay, I have it over here somewhere. So we have a black card base. So I could do this direction, or I could do a black mat on white. Ooh, I kind of like that. What do you think? Black mat on white card base with the blue, or white mat on a black card? Ooh, I kind of like that too. I never do it that way, so I think that's what I'm going to do. It also means I have to put a white panel on the inside for y'all to have something to write on. But I think that's what I'm going to do. Where's my paper trimmer? I had it. I lost my mind again. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning now. I think I need a nap. What the heck? It was here. It's not up there. It's not in my markers. Let me put my markers away. I hate it when I lose stuff. It's like it was just here and now I don't know where I put it. Hey, Anrit. So Glimmer System's there, and I've got those there, and I've got that there. On the trash can. On the trash can. Okay, so Tara says that she likes it with the black mat instead of the white mat. So that means I'm just going to hold them up again, and we're going to take a look again. We've got the white mat on a black card base, so we've got that pop of white in between. Oh, we got the pop of white in between. Or white card base with a black mat. So the only difference I'm thinking, this is kind of my thinking. Do we want the white to pop as much, or do we want, because the black and the it does pop better with the white mat. That's what I was thinking. So that's the thing. It's like I like the idea, but I'm also thinking this is a dark enough cardstock that you don't really, your eye isn't really drawn to it. The white mat does make it pop a little bit more. And it pulls that white there, and the black card base pulls it in from the sentiment. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. Okay, so I'm trimming this one down first. So this is going to go to 4 by 5 1/4. And then we're going to trim down this one to be 5 by 3 3/4. And I'm trying to decide on the part that has the least amount of sparkle. Okay. make sure we have the hearts facing up. That's going to be so pretty. And this is not exactly straight either. I may have to trim them again. So let's see what this is. So I'm just trimming this to make it the right... Make it so that it's actually flush on the edge. We had a little bit of it hanging over. And that is right at 4 1/4. So that is good. Everyone, no sorry needed. Everyone, what does everyone do? Oh, got the names. I used to do that a lot. I really did. And it took Anne Marit changing her name on Twitch for me to get it straight. So, yeah, I was very bad. Okay, we're going to do... Again, I want to make sure I know which end is up. Always check to make sure which end is up. I'm going to go ahead and glue down my white mat. And this is like a medium weight white cardstock. I'm not really worried about wasting any of it. You could, if you're running low on your cardstocks, you could always cut something out of the center and nobody's gonna know. Or if you've got a piece that's just kind of ugly, you don't like it, you could always use that as your mat too. Okay, we're gonna do this one. Come on out of there, glue. There we go. I'm thinking this is almost empty because I could feel the wind blowing out of the thing. Okay. Having it with the hearts right side up. There we go. And I'm sliding my T-square so that it's going to be having the jig on the white part. So that's going to make it so that this one is going to be right at an 1/8 of an inch. I say that as I slide things around on the glue. There we go. So I think that looks good. Hey, Miss Linda Tolman. How you doing, honey? There we go. Oh, I forgot I did I do that? Wait a minute. I thought I turned on something to automatically... Oh, it only does an automatic shout out on a couple of people. That's what it was. I'm testing a couple of different things to see if I like them. But there is... I don't particularly like using Streamlabs and Stream Elements too much. Todd and Groko playing hide and seek again. Todd's not even in the room. Stop it. Okay, let's make sure we don't see... I do see the foam. Can't see the foam. You don't want to show the foam, right? Yes, foam is life, but we don't want it visible behind our vellum. I love my foam. Foam is always so versatile. You know? Oh, and by the way, Linda, we are giving away one of the cards today. So if you want in on the giveaway, go ahead and type !join into the chat. And again, for all of you guys that are watching on the replay, be sure to type into the chat !replay win for your chance to win one of the cards as well. You see what I'm doing? I'm just putting the foam right behind our image there and behind our sentiment. So it's not going to be visible, but it's going to pop it up just a little bit like I like. And then I'll just trim off the excess on that side. There we go. And that's going to pop up right in the center there. Oh, I like that. I like that. This is going to be so cute. Alrighty. So last call, because when I put this down, I'm going to go ahead and hit the drum roll button, and then you guys can tell me which card you want to win after I pick somebody. Anyway, yeah. So if you want to get in on the giveaway for the live stream, go ahead and get it typed into the chatty chat. That's going to be !join. All right, let me get out my T-square again. I just need one of them. It doesn't matter which one. I just want to make sure that it's lined up pretty much straight. I think right about there is what I want. So I'm going to slide it down a little bit. And I'm lining up with the bottom of my vellum. Is that where I want it? I think it needs to be just a touch slower. Yep. I had it right to begin with. Christina said, I'm sad. My youngest is on her way to her driving test in Texas. You wanted to be there, but you're in Idaho. House and doggy sitting. At least the house and dog... well, I was going to say at least the house is keeping you company. The house is not keeping you company. At least the doggy is keeping you company. And... thank you, honey. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you. Okay. I think I'm fiddling with it too much and trying to be too perfectionist. Is that straight? Yeah, I was holding it crooked and it looked like it wasn't straight, but there we go. How do you like that one? I think it turned out cute. Yeah, I like that. So we've got 2 cards. Here are the 2 cards. This one is, again, opened wrong, which means my plan is to cut it and put it onto another card base. Somebody said they want me to leave it as is, so if you win it and that's the one you pick, then I will leave it. That's for the person in the live stream. If it is won by the person in the replay, I'm gonna go ahead and fix it because, yeah. Oh, well, that's probably part of the thing. I was draining glue out. Now I have to wait for that to dry so I can peel it back out. Anywho, it is what it is. And I'm glad it had already, but it feels like this is mostly dry. Christina says, not wrong, alternatively open. It was not my intent, so it is wrong. But it's fixable. Most things are fixable. Now people are okay, Jen is asking for the countdown. I am giving y'all another second or so. Adding a little glitter to our little frosty snowman. I think they turned out so cute. And this is still not empty yet. I think I'm going to have to just make sure I'm using it a lot so that I can use that up and start using the new one, right? Alrighty. Okay, guys, last call. If you haven't already gotten in on the giveaway, type in exclamation point join now or forever hold your peace. Because we're about to hit it. Because you know what? I have people already complaining that they want me to do the drum roll right now. Like Jen. Yeah. So y'all ready? And I promise I'm going to try my best not to hit the reset button like I did yesterday. That was an accident. Could have happened to anybody. Y'all ready? All right, drum roll. Who's it going to be? Sweetheart one. Look, now that it's dry, we've got all those little sparkles in there too. I may add some more. I'm kind of wanting more sparklies. Emerald says I woke up just before I said hey. So, sweetheart, which one do you want? And if it's this one, do you want me to leave it as is, or do you want me to put it on a new card base? If I don't hear from you, there you go. She just said, woohoo. So which one do you want, honey? And as always, to claim your prize, be sure to fill in the form that I just linked down in the linked in the chat and is in the description. So, Sweetheart wants the snowman. So this one's going to go out to them. I will put another panel on the inside after, of course, all the glittery stuff dries. This one I will be replacing. I will be putting it onto a new card base. It just means the card base is going to be kind of full. Ooh, Christina had an idea. Put that tree on a 5x7 card base as a joyful. Ooh, I may do that. I have to think about that. Anyway, we're going to be finished up for now. It is almost 3 o'clock, so I will see you guys in a little more than an hour. I'll see you at 4:30 if you are one of my members, so be back then. And I will see you at 5 if you're not one of my members. So we will be getting together with Elizabeth Costa Rogers and doing some Halloween crafting. So thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me today, and I will see you guys in just a couple of hours. Bye, guys.